Deir al-Asad is an Arab town in the Galilee region of Israel, near Carmel. In 2003, the municipality of Deir al-Asad merged with Majd al-Krum and Baina to form the city of Shaghur.However, it was reinstated in 2008 after Shaghur was dissolved. In 2014 it had a population of 11,479. Etymology: Deir al-Asad means the Lion's Monastery in Arabic. History: in the Crusader era, the site was a Christian settlement, Labana, with a monastery named for St. George nearby. Upon arrival of the Ottoman Turks, the Christians were expelled by Sultan Suleiman I, and the descendants later founded the nearby settlement of Baina. The lands of the original Christian settlement and the monastery were given by the Sultan to the Sheikh al-Asad Zafar from Safed, and the latter founded the current village. Ottoman era: Deir al-Asad and nearby Baina were both inhabited by members of the Druze community when Victor Guerin visited in the 1875, but by the late 1870s, they had emigrated to the Hauran to avoid conscription by the Ottoman army. In the Palestine Exploration Fund's survey of Western Palestine in 1881, Deir al-Asad was described as a village of 600 Muslims, containing a few ruins of the original Christian settlement. It was surrounded by olive trees and arable land, with a spring nearby. British Mandate era: in the 1922 census of Palestine, conducted by the British Mandate authorities, Deir al-Asad had a population of 749, all Muslim, increasing in the 1931 census to 858, still all Muslims, living in total of 179 houses. By 1945, Deir al-Asad had 1,100 inhabitants, all Muslims. They owned a total of 8,366 dunams of land, while 7 dunams were public. 1,322 dunams were plantations and irrigable land, 1,340 used for cereals, while 38 dunams were built-up land. 1948 and aftermath. The town is mostly populated by the Asadi, Deir and Musa families. Before 1962, the village of Deir al-Asad was self-sufficient in food. It produced enough meat, fruit, wheat and vegetables for itself and sold the surplus in Acre and Nazareth. In 1962, its land in the Majd al-Krum Valley was confiscated for the Carmel Town project, and the village was thereby stripped of its most fertile acres. Only the hill land to the north, consisting mainly of olive groves, remained. This confiscation of land ruined the economy of Deir al-Asad. Today only 10% of the labor force can work on the land. Over 80% have to commute daily to the factories of Haifa or work as laborers on Jewish farms. Historic buildings: Crusader Abbey and Church remains. The large remains of the Crusader times church and abbey was already noted by Guerin in the Survey of Western Palestine. Guerin noted after his 1875 visit that, constructed of small stones very regularly cut, this church had 3 naves and 3 apses. Its windows were narrow, and fashioned like actual loopholes, and several details of its architecture show a knowledge of art. Unfortunately, the Druses have half demolished it, and what they have spared has been converted into a stable. Dennis Pringle named it the Abbey Church of St. George, and dated it to the 12th century. Mosque and Tomb of al-Asad al-Safadi. The Mosque and Tomb of al-Asad al-Safadi is a 2-domed structure, situated about 50 meters south of the Crusader Abbey and church remains. Al-Mahabi, a biographer writing in 1569, told that al-Asad was a Sufi sage, who was settled in the village with his children and followers after Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent had driven the Christians out. layout. The smaller chamber to the north holds the tomb of al-Asad al-Safadi, while the southern, larger chamber holds a prayer hall. To the east there is a courtyard. Notable residence. Ahmed Dabba. Bibliography.